If the fight came tonight and Britain was attacked by an adversary, how ready are we? What challenges are each of the services facing right now?
I think when it comes to the quality of personnel, the British MOD is in very good stead. When it comes to equipment, it's woefully short in key capabilities. Deep precision strike, but also long-range artillery fires, ISR, the ability to identify those targets at some range, and armoured vehicles as well. But there are other elements that I think could be potential shortfalls, and those are logistics and the medical capabilities of the British Army as well.
The UK has if you like, an exquisite capability in terms of its air power. Very highly trained personnel, very well respected. The difficulty, in a way, is just the lack of the number of platforms. We're now a much smaller air force than we were at the end of the Cold War. And in the near term, it's going to be difficult to expand. That's where we come back to things like collaborative combat aircraft, uninhabited platforms that let you bulk out your crewed fleet.
The Royal Navy is in a difficult spot compared to what its ambitions are and its requirements are, just in terms of availability of hulls and the people to crew them. So it's a bit of a perfect storm at the moment in terms of the urgency of requirements versus the challenge of what is available at the moment.
The experts are telling us that continental Europe is rearming significantly faster than the UK. As the UK struggles to say precisely how it will reach NATO's target of spending 5% of GDP on defence, Russia is already at 7.3%. And when it comes to spending, we aren't keeping pace compared to others in Europe.
Growth in the UK defence budget has actually been fairly strong over the last couple of years as the country aims to reach the 2.6% of GDP by 2027. It is largely falling behind growth in countries like Germany and across Scandinavia as well. But these countries are enacting really significant growth, and they're also looking at bolstering certain capabilities as well as that interoperability question as well. So these countries have the fiscal bandwidth, they've enacted fiscal reforms, they're looking at extending their fiscal deficits, in the Sweden's case, temporarily, in order to fund this increase for defence. I don't think any country in Europe is necessarily finding it easy. It's a difficult path to make these increases for defence, and there is quite often a cost to making them as well.
Global defence spending has risen by 2.5% year on year, which is more than $2.6 trillion. Europe's share of total global spending is now at 21%, with Germany's increase accounting for a quarter of all European growth since 2024. Experts paint a positive picture of NATO's air power if Russia attacked, even if there was a diminished contribution from the US.
It becomes more difficult. Obviously, you lose key enablers, you lose geospatial ISR, you lose some special mission aircraft. So the balance is, the gap isn't as big, but I think that NATO air power, even without the US fully involved, is probably more than enough to handle, more capable than the Russian Air Force.
But if the alliance faced China, it would be a different story.
So Chinese air power is very significant. Thankfully, from a European perspective, it's focused on the Indo-Pacific or Asia-Pacific. It's not focused on Europe.
But if it was focused on Europe, are you saying that NATO couldn't defeat Chinese air power on paper?
It would be a far harder task to deal with Chinese air power than it would be Russian air power.
Whatever the MOD decides on how it spends its money in the future, the question is how would they overcome the challenges faced right now if the fight did come tonight?